All right, welcome to another Affinity photo tutorial. This one's kind of a silly one, but I had some requests from people that were on the Affinity forum, and they wanted to see how I made my avatar caricature that I had in the corner of my last thumbnail. So we're going to be recreating something like this, and it's a little bit of a cheat, but sometimes that's what you got to do when you're not that talented. So let's start from scratch. I'm going to go to File and New, and we'll create a 1920 by 1080 canvas. And so the very first thing I did is I go to this website called Ideogram, and it's an AI website, and you can type in text prompts and create different types of images. And what I do is I kind of go there and type in a text prompt and kind of get an idea for something that I want to recreate. And then sometimes I will use parts of it or none of it, but at least it gives me a building block to work with since I'm not very artistically inclined with my hands. So that being said, I went ahead and generated an image, and the text prompt was a fit, bald, older person in a tank top and shorts with a brush in one hand and a palette in the other in front of an easel. So that's what we're going to start with. So we'll go to File, Place, and I went ahead and removed the background already. So this is the picture that was generated. There was a colored background on it, so we'll just go ahead and put that right about there. And you can see that really doesn't look like me, but we're going to work with that. And so we'll rasterize and trim this layer. Well, now what I need to do is find a picture of me, or my head anyway, that will work with this. So I went through my files and I found one. So I'm going to go to File and Place. And this was a picture that was taken last year in Chicago when I was on my way to bury my mom in Italy. So it was a layover in Chicago. So anyway, this is the picture that we'll use. And I'm just going to use the head, so I need to rasterize and trim this as well. And then we're going to grab our selection brush here and make it a little bit bigger. And we're going to do a real quick selection of my head. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So we'll go with that. And we can zoom in a little bit. Go ahead and refine it. I'm not very good with selections. I never have been. So I'm just going to feather it just a little bit, maybe half a pixel, so it's a little smoother. Same thing with smooth. Again, I need to watch some tutorials on selections. And we'll go ahead and apply that. And then I am going to, okay, I can see right here that I missed a portion of my ear. So I'll grab the selection brush there, make it a little bit smaller. Grab that. There's a little extra sitting up here on top of my head, so I'll option click that and see if I can get rid of that. And again, I'm not too worried about this right now. This is just for the tutorial. So now what we'll do is we'll go Command C to copy that, and then Command V to paste it into its own layer, and then Command D to deselect. So now we can turn off this middle layer here, and this is what we're left with. So let's go ahead and move that head into place where we want it. And I'm going to move it up. I'm going to rotate it a little bit this way. I think I am going to scale it down just a bit. It's a little bit big even for a caricature. And we'll put that in place. And that's pretty much where we're going to leave it. So now before we do anything else, let's kind of match the colors a little bit better with what we have going on here. So I'm going to grab that layer. I'm going to come down to our adjustments. I'm going to add an HSL layer, hue, saturation, and luminosity. And so we'll bring the luminosity up a little bit to brighten it up, and that's brightening up everything. So we're going to drag that down just onto the head. And that's pretty close there. Saturation, now we're going to bring the saturation down a little bit. And bring the luminosity right about there. That looks good. We'll accept that. And then we will rasterize and trim that layer. So now we can start cleaning it up to match it up. So really all we're going to do here, we could use a layer mask, but for this I'm just going to use the eraser tool. And I've got my hardness turned down to about 45% because I just want to feather this out. So I'm just going to remove my neck from the picture. There we go. Make that a little bit smaller. Clean this up here. And again, I'm not too worried about this because this will probably be saved out as a PNG, so you can put it over anything you want. And then I'm just going to bring it down and over this way a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good right about there. So now we want to make this we are working with Affinity Photo, so we kind of want to bring that into our picture as well. So instead of this picture here, let's bring in an Affinity logo. So I'm going to grab this Affinity Photo logo right here, and we're just going to place it right about there for now, a little bit bigger than what we need. And again, since we're bringing it in as a photo, it's got this little photo icon there. So we're going to go and rasterize and trim that as well. Zoom out just a little bit here. And then we're going to use the perspective tool on this. There might be a better way to do this, but this is how we're going to do it today. And we're going to kind of get it onto the easel the way that we want it. All right, we'll apply that. All right, now we have a problem here. We have the logo is in front of my arm here, so we're going to have to do a little bit of work. So what we'll do is we'll hide the logo for right now. We'll come down to this image layer here. We'll get the selection brush here, and we're going to select the arm. We'll zoom in here a little bit. We'll select the hand, make the brush a little bit smaller. Let's go ahead and select the brush tip, maybe make it a little bit smaller, select the shaft of the brush, and we are going to have to clean this up a little bit, so we'll hold down Option here, Option there, and for our purposes, that's pretty good. So let's zoom out, and now we'll turn on our logo layer again, and we'll make it hot. And then all we're going to do here is hit delete. So we're just going to delete that portion of it, and then deselect everything. So now what we need to do is probably put a little bit of some darkness underneath here so that we can kind of make it look like there's a shadow there. So there's a couple of ways we can do this. Let's do it the right way. So let's take this layer here and duplicate it, Command J, and we're going to bring it up and above. So now we're ending up with the same thing that we had before, but we need to get rid of some of this here. So on this one, we'll go ahead and put a layer mask in, and we'll get our brush and we'll increase the hardness some. Let's bring the hardness up to about 50 or so, bring the flow all the way up. And then what we'll do with this, we'll make our brush a little bit bigger, and we're going to start painting out this background image. We have to be careful here when we get close to the, make this a little bit smaller. We could have gone back in and reselected that arm again and then just cut it out that way. All right, for those purposes, that's fine. So now what we can do is put a blank pixel layer in between these two here. And again, we can go to our brush, bring our flow way down and our hardness way down, and brush up. And we can add some shadow here, and we'll just lower the opacity of that down a little bit. And again, it's just to separate the hand from the easel. All right, the other thing we need to do also is I just noticed that with this one, we do need to get rid of the head as well. So we're going to come back to our layer mask here and get our brush and bring our flow all the way back up, hardness back up, make our brush a little bit bigger, and we're going to get rid of that. Okay, that was kind of a convoluted way of doing it, but it worked for now. All right, so now what we're going to do is let's go ahead and rasterize and trim this layer. We're going to group everything together here, except for this image that we used for the background. I'm just going to go ahead and delete that for now. So let's take all these layers and we're going to group those together, and we'll rasterize and trim those. Now we need a shadow down here at the bottom. So let's go ahead and duplicate this layer, Command J, and we will give this a layer effect. And we'll give it a color overlay. It automatically turns to black. And again, rasterize and trim, because we're going to be doing a little bit of work on this as well. Let's zoom out a little bit and grab this layer here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of invert it a little bit here. So we're just going to grab the top and drag it down, drag it up so it matches our picture a little bit here. And then we're going to take and get real close to this top control point. And we're just going to drag over to the side so we can skew it. And this doesn't really need to be perfect. We just are really trying to get it to create somewhat of a shadow. We can skew it a little bit more. And then what we'll do is we'll bring it down below our image so it's behind it there. Let's get our mesh warp brush here. We can drag it up to kind of match up a few things here. We don't really need to go crazy with that. We'll accept that. And where we have a little bit of overage here, we can just get the eraser tool and clean up some of that. But again, don't go Don't go crazy. You're probably not even going to see this. And the last thing we'll do to this layer here is going to give it, not the very last thing, but second to last thing, we're going to give it a little bit of a Gaussian blur and rasterize and trim that. And then probably to give it a little more fall off, let's go ahead and give it a layer mask as well. We're just going to drag from here and drag it out kind of like that. So it's real subtle. And then we'll go ahead and rasterize and trim one more time. And then we'll take these two layers, we'll group those. And then what we can do is we can, resize it. We can crop things down, put it anywhere you want. And there you go. I mean, it's as simple as finding an image that works for you. I'm a personal trainer, so I live in tank tops and shorts most of the time. I love playing with Affinity photos. So that's my superhero picture. Anyway, silly one, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button or think about subscribing to the channel for more tutorials, probably more serious than this one. And until next time, peace. Talk to you later. Bye.